I'm Darrell Royal, football coach at the University of Texas. For several years now, the triple option has been a popular trend in football circles throughout the United States, and we decided to copycat the idea 2 years ago and wanted to run the triple option here at the University of Texas. And we decided that we'd do this from a new formation, which allowed us to have a lead blocker and still run the triple option. We call this new formation the Wishbone T, and because we had good success moving the football for 2 years in a row, we've had a lot of inquiries from coaches throughout the United States about our techniques, about our coaching methods. We had so many requests that we decided that it would be good to make a record of it, put it on film, and I hope it's something that might be of value to you. This is our basic offensive alignment. We use a balanced line with one tight end and one split end. Our ends flip-flop according to formation, and the rest of the line stay constant. Therefore, a constant left tackle, a constant left guard, a center, a constant right guard, and a constant right tackle. Our guards use a 4-point stance and keep a constant 2-foot split. Our tackles use a 4-point stance with a basic split of 3 feet. The tight end uses a 4-point stance and has a 3-foot split most of the time, but he can vary. The split end uses a 3-point stance and is split from 8 to 12 yards. Our fullback is aligned directly behind the center. His heels are 13 feet from the front tip of the football. He uses a balanced 4-point stance. Our halfbacks, a constant right halfback and a constant left halfback, are aligned 18 inches to the right and left of their fullback. Their heels are 15 feet from the front tip of the ball. The halfbacks use a 3-point balanced stance. Their weight is carried entirely on their feet, and the right hand is used strictly for balance. Here's a live-action shot of our stances. This offensive set is a product of the desire to make the triple option our basic offensive maneuver. To explain the triple option, I will begin with the mechanics, techniques, and individual coaching points for each position. As in all offenses, the play begins up front. For the triple option to succeed, our line must block well enough to the inside to establish a crease inside the handoff key. The blocking assignment by positions are as follows. The play side end blocks the man responsible for the deep third. We refer to this man as number 1 from the outside. The tackle blocks inside, but always on the first man inside the handoff key. The handoff key being the first man inside the defensive end. The play side guard blocks the first man on the line of scrimmage inside his offensive tackle. The center blocks over, play side gap, linebacker, weak side. The weak side guard blocks the first man left of his center on or off the line of scrimmage. The weak side tackle will release inside the first man outside his offensive guard and will block downfield. The weak side end releases downfield. If this blocking pattern is successful, a crease will be established, therefore isolating the handoff key. If you can isolate the handoff key, then you have created the option situation that the quarterback must have. I will now begin with the coaching points for each position, explaining first the coaching points for our ends. The number one thing is that they release the line of scrimmage at maximum speed. It's during the first 6 to 8 yards that the greatest pressure is exerted on the man responsible for the deep third. Your block becomes a key block only in the event of the pitch. Therefore, you must maintain outside position of the defender, and you must keep the defender in front of you at all times. You will meet one of 3 types of reaction from the defender, and you should react as follows. Number 1, a defender who is retreating but will allow you to run up on him. Continue to force, attack him aggressively, keeping outside position. Number 2, a defender who is retreating but always maintains a cushion. Continue to force and take him as deep as possible. Number 3, a defender who retreats but breaks down before you're close enough to throw your block. You break down also, making sure that you maintain your 2 leverage points, in front and outside. Now make like a cutting horse and force him to have to come through you in order to get to the ball carrier. Now here's some live action into the split end. Observe his forced block. Another live action shot of the split end, running up on his defender and attacking aggressively from the outside. Here's a shot of the split end busting off the line of scrimmage, breaking down, keeping outside position, and now reacting like a cutting horse in order to keep the cushion. Now we see the tight end. The only difference is the release from the line of scrimmage. The release is different simply because of alignment. Here's the tight end again. He gets outside position, the defender reacts to the inside, and the tight end takes him to the inside. Next, I'll cover the coaching points of the lead halfback, whose block, along with the block of the end, is the blocking pattern that creates a running lane outside the defense for our pitch. He must take a short lateral step with his lead foot, as in all execution is the first step that establishes the path he will run. He will continue on a parallel path for 3 steps, and then will start an aggressive angle for the outside leg of the man who is responsible for the pitch. We refer to this man as number 2 from the outside. His angle will vary depending on the position of the number 2 man, but in all instances, he should force the issue as much as possible and still be able to attack the outside leg. Here's an animated picture showing the blocking pattern versus the umbrella invert. The end blocks number 1 from the outside, the halfback on number 2. Now versus an umbrella roll. The end's on number 1 from the outside, halfback on number 2. Now versus an 8-man front with a 3 deep. The end is on number 1 from the outside, the lead halfback on number 2 from the outside. I'll now cover the blocking technique. He will use a body block keeping in mind the following stress points. Number one, don't throw the block until you're close enough to sink a block all the way to the hips. Number two, extend inside arm and make contact with the body. Number three, try to drive the arm, head, and shoulders upfield. Number four, after contact, scramble. Here are a couple of shots demonstrating blocking techniques. Watch the right halfback. Another good block by the right halfback. Now here's the full action of the lead halfback. Observe the right halfback is the lead blocker. He takes an aggressive angle, attacking the outside leg with good blocking technique. The right halfback again, taking a good path, fighting for the outside leg, and he has good arm extension. The right halfback again, breaking on a parallel path, taking an aggressive angle, and throwing on the outside leg. Here's the left halfback in a perfect illustration of technique. Here's the right halfback using good technique, going into the sideline. In coaching the trailing halfback, you start with the initial step. He must take a short step with his lead foot to establish a parallel path. He will break on this parallel path at maximum speed and will continue on this path until he has received the pitch, at which time he will now ride the outside hip of the lead halfback. Stay on the outside hip and never dip in and out. Cut back only in the event the defender has overcommitted to the outside. Here's an example versus an umbrella invert. Another example showing the halfback cutting back inside because of overcommitment of the defender. Then versus an 8-man front, riding the outside hip of his lead blocker around the corner. Now here are some live action shots demonstrating the path and technique of the trailing halfback. The left halfback cuts back because the defensive man overcommits to the outside. Here's the left halfback again. The defender bounces outside the block, and the running back takes the inside cut. We've covered the blocking pattern at the line of scrimmage. This pattern must create a crease. And we've covered the blocking pattern at the corner and the technique of the trailing halfback. The rest of the triple option is the execution by the fullback and quarterback. I'll now cover the techniques that are essential in the proper execution of the fullback. Again, the initial step is all important. His path must be correct and consistent. It's the first step that establishes both. His first step must be on a direct line with the guard and tackle gap, on such an angle to allow his inside hip to pass just outside the offensive guard. This is the first guideline as to his path. As he enters the gap between the offensive guard and tackle, he must now make certain that he is always hitting outside the block of the offensive tackle. He must alter his path according to the position of the tackle's block. Any alteration of path comes as he enters the guard-tackle gap. Here's a slow motion shot showing the path of the fullback. Another live action shot to the left showing the path of the fullback again. On the quarterback-fullback exchange, the fullback should execute as follows. Break at maximum speed on a designated path. As the quarterback places the ball in your stomach, you should take a soft fold on the ball and continue on designated path. If the quarterback leaves the ball, run with it. If the quarterback takes the ball back, continue on designated path and become a blocker. Live action again, showing the fullback running to his right. To the right again. Fullback does not get the ball and becomes a blocker. Now it's up to the quarterback. If he executes properly, the triple option is like having automatics after the ball has been put in play. First, I'll cover the mechanics of the quarterback. He will open step with his lead foot on a 45-degree angle. As he takes this step, he'll pick up the fullback with split vision. Place ball positively into the pocket of the fullback directly out from the position of the lead foot. Now flow with the fullback using the second step as an adjustment step so that you're always working with extended arms. The second step should extend to the line parallel to the line of scrimmage and no closer to the line of scrimmage than the point of the quarterback's feet before the ball was snapped. This is for two reasons. Number one, to create two levels that the handoff key must defend. And number two, if the ride extends beyond this point, the ball will by necessity be coming out of the pocket because the fullback is running a veering course away from the quarterback and the quarterback is working with extended arms. It is in the ride that the decision is made to give or not to give the football to the fullback. As the fullback passes this decision area, the quarterback should be square to the sideline, weight on the foot nearest the line of scrimmage, therefore able to explode to the outside with his first step being with his original lead foot. His instructions now are to freeze and force the defensive end and pitch the football. Take an obvious keep if no one forces you. His technique used in the pitch is simply a pushing motion with the arm and snapping the fingers through the ball on the intended flight. He must maintain a loose wrist during the pitch in order for the ball to have carriage. A stiff wrist will cause the ball to fall in flight. These are the mechanics, and they must be mastered to the point that they are automatic reflexes, so that total concentration by the quarterback is on reading the keys and reacting to what he sees. Now here are live action shots. What's the quarterback's mechanics? Here's the quarterback moving away from you. Here's the quarterback moving away from you again. The next shot shows the quarterback coming towards you. Here's the quarterback coming towards you again. The quarterback moves towards you, this time using his mechanics all the way out to the pitch. Here's the quarterback moving away from you, showing his first step, adjustment step, now exploding to the outside, force the end, and now the pitch is made. Here's the quarterback going away from you, showing footwork out to the pitch. Here's the quarterback coming straight into you with mechanics all the way to the pitch. Now concentration is the name of the game. The keys for the quarterback are as follows. The key on the handoff option with the fullback is the first man inside the defensive end. The defensive end is the key for the pitch or keep with the halfback. On the first step, the quarterback picks up the fullback with split vision, but there must be a positive concentration on the handoff key. Your reaction to the key should be as follows. Number one, the key does not take the fullback, then leave the ball in the fullback's pocket and continue fake of the outside option. Here in animation, we're showing the reaction to the key not taking the fullback, which results in the give to the fullback. This play goes to the left. It's good action showing the quarterback reading the handoff key, giving the ball to our fullback. In this case, it resulted in a big yardage touchdown. Going to the left, the quarterback reads his handoff key and gives to the fullback. The same read again to the left. Going to the right, the handoff key is the stand-up linebacker over the tight end. He just sits and waits, and the quarterback hands off to the fullback. Here, the key commits to the quarterback, and the quarterback gives the ball. The second situation is that the handoff key takes the fullback. Pull the ball back sharply, and now total concentration should be on the defensive end as you explode to the outside. Your reaction to this key should be as follows. Key runs from you, keep the ball. Take the obvious keep. Now here are some live action shots showing the quarterback keep where the handoff key takes the fullback and the quarterback takes the obvious keep. This play goes to the left. In this case, the end ran from him, and he kept inside. This play goes to the right. Here's a shot where the end was hanging, and the quarterback was able to flank him. Going left this time, another situation where the end was hanging, and the quarterback was able to run around him. This is not the normal type of keep, but the quarterback can keep inside or outside the end if he's not forced by the end. This play goes to the left. Here the end opens too wide and the quarterback keeps inside. And now the third situation. The handoff key takes the fullback, the end is frozen or aggressively takes the quarterback. Now the pitch goes to our trailing halfback on the outside play. Here are some live action shots showing the quarterback keys all the way out to the pitch. The quarterback should have the big picture throughout this execution. He should have an awareness of the position of the fullback, a concentration of the handoff key. If the handoff key tackles the fullback, the quarterback must be able to immediately switch his concentration to the outside key. This execution can only come through repetition. Here's the quarterback moving directly into you. The key takes the fullback. Now the end is frozen, resulting in the pitch. Here's the quarterback moving directly away. Key takes the fullback. The end is frozen, again resulting in the pitch to our trailing halfback. Another example to the right. The handoff key takes the fullback, the end takes the quarterback, and the ball is pitched. That particular shot was run from a broken backfield. Going to the right, the handoff key takes the fullback, and the quarterback is forced to pitch. Now I want you to see the total execution showing the following situations. Number one, handoff key takes the fullback, the outside key takes the quarterback, resulting in the pitch. Now the handoff key does not take the fullback, resulting in the give to the fullback. And here's a game action shot, run to the left. It's a give to the fullback. The end's force block clearing him for good yardage. This is run to the offensive right. A good crease is established by the line as the ball goes to the fullback when the handoff key steps to the outside. And now the third situation, where the handoff key takes the fullback, the outside key runs from the quarterback, thus giving the quarterback the obvious.
Featuring the Wishbone Tee by Joe Paterno. One of the winningest coaches in college football, Joe Paterno has led Penn State to two of the longest winning streaks in college history. 23 straight wins and 31 consecutive games without a loss. Coach of the Year in 1968, Paterno has had 4 bowl teams in his 6 years as head coach. Among these teams are back-to-back Orange Bowl championships in 1969 and 70, and the Cotton Bowl championship in 1972.
Hi, I'm Joe Paterno, the football coach at Penn State, and I'd like to discuss some thoughts we have about defensing the Wishbone offense. The Wishbone is a great offense, and you cannot stop it by being conservative or by playing only one defensive look. We had 3 basic looks up front with stunts from all these looks. Although we believe stunts are dangerous against the Wishbone because they block areas so well, we did stunt effectively about 10% of the time. Furthermore, we played a 3 deep and a 4 deep in the secondary. We believe we could keep the utmost pressure on the quarterback by moving around on defense and disguising the move until the very last moment. By this way, we made the quarterback execute the complete option on the line of scrimmage, with no keys, no clues which could help him make up his mind before the ball was snapped. We felt that we had to force the fullback out of that normal crease where that ball handling meshes so well. We were determined to push that fullback deep. We felt we had to have the end on the side of the option come after our halfback a little bit quicker than he would like, declare his block so that our safety could now support on the run. And we felt in order to get accustomed to the Wishbone in a hurry, in order to get our people used to playing it in a short period of time, we had the flip-flop, so that the same people played on the split end side the whole game, same people played on the tight end. This is our 8 loose defense. Basically, it's a split 4-4, and we played it with a rotating 3 deep coverage. We flip-flopped everybody but the tackles and safety, as we did in all 3 basic looks. This is our 7 defense. We moved to this and played it as a 7-man front with a 4 deep perimeter. It's basically an Oklahoma look on the tight end side and an Eagle look on the split end side. This is our 8 tight defense. Played with the same secondary coverage as 8 loose, but it's a tight 6-man defense on the tight end side and a split 4 on the split end side. Here's an example of our 8 loose defense on film. This is played with a 3 deep coverage. Our F or Fritz, the outside strong side linebacker, played 1 yard deep and 2 yards outside his defensive end. Our R or rush end, the end on the strong side, played with a parallel stance, nose on inside eye of normal tight end, slightly off the ball. Our strong side tackle played in a gap between the guard and tackle in a 4-point stance, up on the ball with a hard charge for penetration on snap of ball. Our backer, the B, The strong side inside linebacker straddles the inside foot of his tackle 3 yards off the ball. The M, the Mike, the weak side inside linebacker, straddles the inside foot of his tackle 2.5 to 3 yards off the ball. We allow our inside linebackers to vary between 2.5 to 3 yards wherever they are comfortable. Our weak side tackle is in a 4-point stance, nose on the outside ear of the guard, and uses a hard charge for penetration. Our pass end, the E, the weak side end, is 4 to 5 feet outside the offensive tackle, or wider if necessary to keep the lead halfback from blocking him in. Our H, our hero, the outside weak side linebacker, straddles the inside leg of his pass end 3 to 3.5 yards deep enough to read both the give to the fullback and the quarterback keep. The D, the deep halfback, the defensive halfback who always plays on the tight end side, is 7 yards deep and 4 yards outside the normal tight end. Our C, the close halfback, the defensive halfback who always plays on our split end side, is 7 yards deep and 1 yard inside the split end. The safety is 11 to 13 yards deep in front of the guard on the open side of the field. Here on film is our 7 defense played with a 4 deep scheme. Our Fritz moves out and plays 3 yards deep and 3 yards outside his rush end. The RX, the rush end, moves out to a position nose on the outside eye of the tight end. Our strong side tackle moves out to nose on inside eye of the offensive tackle. Our backer plays an Oklahoma linebacker. His nose on the outside eye of the guard, 2 to 2.5 yards deep. Our Mike plays a 4-3 middle linebacker, nose on nose of the center, 1.5 yards to 2 yards deep. Our weak side tackle moves to nose up on the guard. Our pass end moves into a position 2 feet outside the offensive tackle. Our hero moves to head up position on the offensive tackle 2 to 2.5 yards deep. Our deep halfback moves back to a depth of 8 to 10 yards, slightly to the outside of the tight end. The close halfback moves outside of the split end and to a spot 3 to 5 yards deep. The safety moves to the split end side and deepens to a distance of 13 to 15 yards. This is our 8 tight, play with a 3 deep. The Fritz moves in to nose on the outside eye of the tight end in a parallel stance, slightly off the ball. The rush end moves in to nose on the outside eye of the tackle, 4-point stance, slightly off the ball. The strong side tackle plays nose up on the guard. The backer stays in the same position as in the 7 defense, except he is slightly deeper. The Mike straddles the inside leg of his tackle, 2.5 to 3 yards deep. The weak side tackle is in the gap between the guard and the tackle, 4-point stance up on the ball. The pass end, the hero, the deep halfback, safety, and close halfback all play the same as in 8 loose. Here you see the 3 looks in one illustration. Here you see how easily we move from one defense to the other. We played the 8 loose this way against the tight end option. Strong side tackle Get off with the ball. You must penetrate. Must eliminate the normal fullback crease. You have the veer. Backer. Key through the guard to the ball. On flow to you, get quickly to the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle. You have veer. Rush end. Play the tight end's block. Do not penetrate. You have the quarterback. Wait for him to come to you. Make him pitch, then retreat for the crossroads. Pitch. Key through tight end to the near back. On flow to you, get to the line of scrimmage. You have pitch. But don't open up a big gap between you and the rush end. You will get help on the pitch from the deep halfback. Deep halfback. Cue the flow of the backs. Flow comes your way. Hustle up and support the run from the outside. Do not let the tight end take you in. You must not let pitch man get outside. Weak side tackle. A hard charge through the guard. Pursue. Mike. Key through the guard to the ball. On flow away, play the center's block. Force the fullback to cut back to the hero. Hero. Key through the tackle to the near back. Runners away from you, pursue. Be ready for the cutback. Pass in. Don't penetrate. Pursue. Safety. Cover the outside third. When the tight end blocks the deep halfback, immediately help on the run. Close halfback. Revolve back. Cover 2/3 of the field. You are a safety. Stop the home run. Against the tight end option, the 7 defense is played this way. Strong side tackle, a tough blow into your tackle, you have the veer. Backer, key through the guard to the ball. Help on anything outside the offensive tackle. Rush in, same play as 8 loose. Fritz, same play as 8 loose. Deep halfback, rotate back to 3 deep. Support run if the tight end blocks Fritz. Weak side tackle, same play as 8 loose. Mike, scrape into the center guard gap. You have the veer. Hero and pass end, same play as 8 loose. Safety, rotate back to the middle third. Close halfback, rotate back to the outside third on your side. Assignments for the tight end option versus the 8 tight. Strong side tackle, tough blow into the guard, you have the veer. Backer, same play as 7 defense. Rush in, tough charge into the tackle, you have the veer. Fritz, play the tight end's block. Do not penetrate, you have the quarterback. Deep halfback, weak side tackle, Mike, hero, pass end, safety, close halfback, same play as 8 loose. Now let's look at a film clip of how we play the option to the tight end when we're in the 7 defense. Here's a good look at our strong side tackle delivering a blow into the offensive tackle, then reacting to the veer. Now watch this excellent play by our Mike linebacker, scraping into the guard center gap to also help on the veer. Our rush end hits, waits for the quarterback to come to him, and if he would keep the ball, he'd be in good position for him. The Fritz is in fine position to handle a pitch if it should come. Our deep halfback is getting into position, ready to help when the run is definite. Now for the tight end option versus our 8 tight defense. Here the tackle moves inside the big guard split, ready to penetrate. Since the guard has moved in, our backer moves out, ready to help on the outside veer. The quarterback keep or the pitch. He's a little bit slow getting to the outside of the offensive tackle, but overall isn't bad. Our rush end closes as his offensive tackle blocks to the inside so as to be ready to tackle the fullback. The Fritz hits, rides the tight end out, then sets. He does not penetrate. He's waiting for the quarterback to come to him. The deep halfback plays the tight end's block the right way, aggressively and to the outside. Here's a quick review of the 3 defenses against the tight end option. All right, now let's get into the split end option versus our 8 loose defense. The weak side tackle should get off with the ball with a hard charge, trying for penetration. He has the veer. Mike, key through the guard to the ball. On flow to you, get quickly to the outside shoulder of the offensive tackle. You have the veer. Pass in. Key to near back. Don't let him hook you. You have the pitch. But don't open up a big gap between you and the hero. You have help on the pitch from the close halfback. Hero, key to near back. If he comes, read fullback, quarterback exchange. Play static until you know who has the ball. You have the veer and the quarterback. Close halfback. The flow comes, hustle up, and support run from outside. Do not let the split end take you in. You must not let the pitchman get outside. Backer. Key through the guard to the ball, and on flow away, play the center's block. Force the fullback to cut back to the Fritz. Rush in, pursue. Fritz, if the run's away, pursue. Be ready for the cutback. Safety, cover the outside third, and when the split end blocks the close halfback, be ready to support on the run. The deep halfback should rotate back, cover 2/3 of the field. He is a safety. He must stop the home run. As you can see in this diagram of the split end option versus our 8 tight defense, we play it exactly the same as we would if we were in the 8 loose defense. Now let's get into the split end option versus our 7 defense. Here again, the weak side tackle has a hard charge into the guard. Again, penetrating if possible. Help on the veer. Mike, play the veer outside of your tackle. Do not scrape on option to the weak side. Pass in. Do not penetrate. You have the quarterback. Wait for him to come to you. Make him pitch, then retreat for crossroads. Hero, play the tackle's block. You have the veer. Close halfback. On the flow to you, play pitch. Be on the line of scrimmage. Make the pitch go inside. Backer, same as 8 loose. Must be ready for the cutback. Strong tackle, and the rush in pursue. Fritz, again, be ready for the cutback. Safety, when the flow is to the split end, play 1/2 of the field on your side. When the split end blocks, to close, quickly support the run. Deep halfback. Move from your half to the middle third. Be the safety. On film, let's watch how we play our 7 defense against the split end option. Here the hero is in good position to play the fullback and the quarterback. Our pass end, who actually has a quarterback as his responsibility, is mistakenly blocked by the lead halfback, but plays the block well. He doesn't widen too quickly and gives with his feet on the body block. The close halfback plays the split end slow block perfectly. He attacks the split end from the outside. We believe you must attack this block and get rid of the end, and don't let him play with you. And the best part of this, or any other defense, is the pursuit. That's what defense is all about, pursuit. Here we play the split end option from our 8 tight defense. This is a perfect example of the weak side tackle play. Watch him drive through the gap for penetration, taking the offensive guard with him and forcing the fullback crease very wide. This forces the fullback out of the smooth take. Now the hero has an easy read as to whether the fullback or quarterback has the ball. He plays the quarterback, makes him pitch, then he retreats properly to meet the pitch man at crossroads. The pass end again plays the lead block very well. He doesn't widen any more than he has to and gives with his feet as the body block comes through. The close halfback comes up very well, and when he sees the split end is overplayed to the outside, he takes a chance on the inside of the split end and beats him to make the tackle on the pitch man.